Call the cops on me. On a mission to be champs since they let me free. Prepare for combat, my adversaries crumble. Face it, I got a reputation for damage. Busters get ready to rumble. They lock me in a cell, have me trapped in a living hell. Though not guilty, I'm still in jail. Brother, I serve my time like a soldier. Maintain composure. My shadow boxing the fight to the death. Busting boulders. Every boxer with a pair of gloves. Best give up love. Here's a man from the makings of a thug. A lethal weapon, mind sharp. And in my heart, there's a wish to shake the world with the flurry of my black fist. Now once a high school dropout, now I'm the $1 million champ. Who's the next to get knocked out?
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of Cheap Seats Boxing Show. Angel here, my boy JP. JP, what's up, man?
Let's talk about it.
All right. First things first, follow us on Twitter, Cheap Seats Box, iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe. People, rate and review. You could be the next unofficial sponsor. You guys have not been keeping up with that. I don't know why. I don't know why I have to keep on asking, man. I feel like I'm begging at this point.
I'm begging.
Yeah.
I'm begging. Could you please? Just a little bit. It won't hurt. It don't hurt.
And you'll be the next unofficial sponsor. All it does is keep the show noticeable, and that's all we want. Welcome to all the listeners. Every platform, old school, new school, including
Zoom.
That's
Absolutely.
Also, you know what? You can email us, cheapseatsboxing at gmail.com. Questions, comments, anything like that. All right, this weekend we kind of had quite a few fights. Nothing earth-shattering. We got some right, got some wrong. That's how we do. About 80% will be good. Let's start at the top. I think the big fight, Porter versus Berto. Showtime gets the stoppage in 9 rounds. The battering ram that is Sean Porter stopping Andre Berto. And I'm sure Berto's only one more fight away from another eliminator. But that being said, JP, what'd you think, man?
What does our coworker like to say? I don't want to talk about it. No, I mean, let's be honest, man. Berto started okay, but Porter is who he is, man. He gonna wear your ass down, wear you out, bully you around, and eventually he'll get rid of you. He's a tough dude, you know. And battering ram included. You know, I don't. It was a. How can I say? It was more. The fight seemed more suited to Porter being his style. So if he kind of gets his thing going in a fight, it's so awkward. You fucked. So Berto's fucked. I mean, he figured out one round. Maybe it was about two. He had about 2-3 good rounds. Other than that, he got beat up.
Yeah. Kind of went the way I thought it was going to go. He's going to get beat up. You know, the one thing that just watching this fight is like, I told you, I was like, goddamn, Tim Bradley and Evander Holyfield were kind of blushing like, you might wanna slow down with them headbutts, man. Sean Porter, he hit Berto like he was hitting the line as a running back. You know, his old running back came out. He was hitting that line hard. This was what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think this fight was really close. I didn't think it was ever in doubt. You kind of knew right away. Yeah. It's just a matter of how this fight's going to end. Is it going to go the distance? I guess it could have. I think Showtime needs to change his name, though. You know, remember old He-Man cartoons? Remember old Ram Man? Sit there and just ram that shit with his head.
Hey.
He's Ram Man. That's what he did. Rungvisai was like, God damn, hey, he's back with that head.
Damn, no, Rungvisai? No, hold up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
He beat that record?
Yeah, Porter is who he is. He's sloppy. He's going to give... Let's put it like this. There's really not anybody he's not going to give fits to because...
That's his style.
His style is just like, how do you prepare for that? There's no way to simulate that in sparring. You could put Floyd Mayweather in there, and he's still going to have issues with it because he's going to headbutt the fuck out of him. He's going to rush him. Not saying he's going to beat those guys because obviously if you're a guy like Kell Brook, you know how to... You can minimize the effect of his aggression
But even that
circling away. Yeah, even still that way. He had to do a lot of tying up to slow it down, and some would say too much. Like I'm not big on tie ups. I'm not big on people holding a lot, but sometimes you have to. Porter's one of those guys you may just have to. I mean, shit, he's coming in illegally with your head, so why can't you illegally just clutch onto him when you need to, right? When you need separation. You can let the referee come in and separate you guys. But it was what it was. He smothered some of his work. He landed some clean shots. I mean, to me, it kind of was what I expected. Now, as far as the rematch with Keith Thurman, I don't know if I'm so down with that. I wasn't a big fan of the first one. It was an okay fight. It was good, but it wasn't great. You know what I mean? People thought it was great, and I didn't find it to be great. Sorry about that. I had to pause it real quick. I think I was on the Porter Thurman rematch, but I think wouldn't you rather see Thurman versus Lamont Peterson before you saw the rematch with Porter? A new matchup.
Well, here's the thing. He earned a rematch. The question is bigger than him. And that's messed up to say this. He's earned his rematch. But if Errol Spence wins, you might wind up seeing Thurman versus Spence for unification. And then you might wind up seeing Porter versus the winner of that fight. So now we just got to see how the rest of this plays out, because that's actually what's been, talked about more so than the winner of this fight winning anyways. So, I mean, would I like to see Porter and Lamar Peterson? You know what? The way Lamar Peterson's fighting now, it'll be very interesting. I will say that. It'll be interesting. Very interesting. But Errol Spence has bigger, there's more excitement on it than Lamar Peterson right now. That's all it is. So, but Porter he gonna show up and he gonna run into you. You gonna call him the Marshawn Lynch of boxing.
He's in beast mode at all times.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
The undercard. I think that's where the eyes were opened a little bit more. Jermell Charlo. What round was that? Was that the 6th round?
Yep.
KO 6. Charles Hatley. This is kind of what we expected. I thought he would break him down more, like slowly, and he kind of did, but I didn't see the one punch, knock him the fuck out type thing from Jermell Charlo. But we were talking about the sibling rivalry last week, how that can motivate you. I mean, you go back to the shows even 2.5 years ago when we were talking about shouldn't they kind of have similar power? I mean, they're identical twins. They are built identically. So I mean, if you know how to use what you have, you should have the kind of power that your brother does, right? And it seems like since he's left Ronnie Shields, he's kind of tuned in more to his power and being more emphatic with his shots. And I mean, he knocked him down early, dominated the fight. I don't think there was any point that Charles Hatley won this fight. And then look, you just go down the list. I mean, he's had, it was Gabe Rosado and Vadas Martirosyan.
Somebody got to fight. What you talking, right? Next.
That was his brother, right?
Okay.
But you would go through. I mean, he's starting to get a list. Charles Hatley now, he has to be considered at 154. Throw Canelo out now, right? You kind of have to say that he has, in the recent history, the best resume of wins.
Yeah.
He may be the man at 154. And now that him and
I still get a man
Laura said he was open to a fight with them because they're not they don't have the same coach anymore. They're not stablemates anymore. That he's open to a fight. It could be really much of a snooze fest because Jermell, for as nice as he was in this fight, he still doesn't unload with shots as much. He doesn't throw very many shots. He still only averages about 35 punches around. It's pretty low output, which is one of my knocks on him. Was he's always looking for that perfect shot. This fight he found it. But him and Laura, you could have a 12-round fight where there's a total of like 250 punches thrown. Literally, you could get that. But I mean, you had to give all credit due to Jermell Charlo in this fight.
Well, gotta give him all the credit in the world. Hadley would have been more competitive if he would have just been able to get out of the way of the left and the right, by themselves or simultaneously. But he could not get away from neither one of those hands. So, thus, his ass went to sleep. I saw recently, Errol Spence was talking about, I think they were sparring together. So that's who got him ready for that fight, and that's who basically is getting Spence ready for the Brook fight. And you got to say that maybe that's why he was head and shoulders above his ass as soon as the bell rung. Like, just because he's been fighting people on a whole nother level anyways. And as far as the power's concerned, maybe the power's about pissing somebody off. I think the other brother's easily to be pissed off. You can piss him off. You ain't got to even say much. But he's like, I'm going to chill. You know what? You done kick. You know what? I'm going to knock your ass out tonight.
I think we found out how to motivate Jermell Charlo. Pay him fucking crumbs at $100,000 to fight this fight compared to Andre Berto's $1.2 million. I'm not saying he deserves as much, but then it needs to be a lot closer than that. It needs to be more than 1/12 of what Andre Berto is making.
Well, you know what? He won't be making $100K next fight. I know that. That's for sure.
150. How beautiful was that short right, though? That right was very short. Like, he missed with the left, but then he followed with that short left. Like, he threw it almost like a shortstop turns a double play, like how short the arm motion is. It was a very short arm motion, zero wasted movement, pitch perfect. I mean, there's really nothing else you can say about it.
The shot was epic. I'm not going to lie, though. One of the things that I loved about it was when he caught him with the 1-2 and he knew he rocked him again, you could see the killer instinct. Like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker tonight. And he just started swinging. Eventually, I'm going to catch you. And he caught his ass. And if you could just watch it on camera, if you didn't watch it live, if you could watch it on YouTube, right? When you see him hit him with that right, you could see it coming. You could see that he's like, oh, he wide open right there. Here it come, bam! Like, and you could see the sleep. You could see the stars. You could see the counting of the sheep. Mm-hmm. You can see all of that. We need to break the night pillow should have been out in that fight too.
If you're Charles Hadley, are you a little pissed off at Errol Spence?
Be more mad at that right hand than I would be Errol Spence.
I'm just saying, like, if he's working with Charlo, right? And him and Hadley are both from the Dallas area. I'm just saying.
Look, maybe, Hadley comes off. Hadley and Spence seem like two personalities that won't coexist. So, am I surprised? Nah. Think about it. Even Jermell, he's more quiet than his brother. So him and Spence seem like two personalities that just, they work together. Like, hey, what's happening? Let's get in this ring. We're going to fight all day long. All right, let's do this. Hadley, Spence probably sitting somewhere. That's what his ass get.
We talked about this. This is one of the first things we talked about during the week before we even talked about the fights, because we found out about this before the fights, was the purses and the discrepancies in how much one fighter gets paid compared to the other, and I think this is one of the biggest downfalls of this venture that's quickly running out of money. I know that this wasn't technically a PBC fight, but these are still two Heyman fighters.
Right.
you got to feel like there's got to be some kind of reason. There has to be some resentment, right? There has to be some kind of resentment. If you're a champion, WBC champion, and one of the best in your division, and you're getting paid $100,000. Another guy is a former champion who's lost now 5 of his last 9 fights, who's getting paid 12 times what you got paid, even though ticket-wise he's not selling 12 times the amount of tickets you sell. You know, it just seems like, you know, it's like they're all Al's stepkids. Some get treated like their favorite stepkids, and some get treated like the redheaded stepchild, so to speak. And I would say Charlo, and this is what I don't understand, and this is why I kind of threw me off, was like, how is somebody supposed to make a living if you're a champion and you fighting 2 times a year and you making $100,000? I don't understand how you're making any kind of a living.
Well, $200,000 a year is not that bad. Now.
Well, let's be honest though. Minus 15% to Heyman, minus 10% to his attorney, and minus 10% to his. So he's already down 35%.
Okay, 100 and what is that? What is that? 155. Somewhere there. Look. It's still not bad.
Yeah, but if you're a champion,
Yes.
at that high of a weight, you're not a champion at like 108.
No,
You know what I mean?
No, that's true. Because I remember in a press conference, one of the things he said was, he's a champ, and he don't feel like he getting his respect, and you know that's true, and unfortunately, this is what I'm trying to say. He's not getting his just due as far as probably fiscally and as far as reputation. I think, and we talked about this like years ago. He was probably going to be the first one to get the belt. And his brother was probably going to be the first one to get the acclaim. And that's pretty much how it panned out, because his brother is more of a knockout artist and he's more of a boxer. So who do you want to see on TV? His brother. But nonetheless, he's been a champion. He's been holding the belt longer than some people who've gotten the belt and lost the belt. You know, I mean, unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, him and Lara may have some of the longer reigns for holding the belt right now. Because I think they both had a belt before Triple G.
No, Triple G's had it for a long time now.
Which one?
His first. He's had the one that he's had the whole time. I mean, he picked up the IBF first.
How long ago was that though?
Probably 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Shit.
I'm guessing 7, 8 years ago. I don't know. I mean,
okay. Well, I'll be wrong on that one. But as far as I know he's beat out all of the heavyweights. With the light heavyweights is definitely because of the way the belts have been moving around. Well, take that back, because Adonis Stevenson been sitting on the belt forever. Who's at 168?
to Gale. Gale pretty much is the longest one over there.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a good run. He needs to get more respect. I think this knockout will get him more respect. But he's right. He's going to need a raise, and people are going to have to say something. And you would think he would actually make more because of the Gabe fight and the Matarosian fight, I mean, yeah, maybe he's not going to make $1 million a fight, but quarter, I could see. And at the same time, Berto, is Berto getting overpaid? Yeah, he's getting overpaid from his past paydays, but I think that's just come to an end with this loss.
Yeah.
I think this might have been his last $1 million payday,
I sure hope so. By the way, Golovkin, 7 years.
7 years.
Do you think that Charlo saying, I don't get my respect, was that his way of saying that he ain't getting his respect, both from the press and from his manager, promoter, as far as pay? wise without saying it? Because we know that that's part of the contract, that they can't badmouth Al Heyman.
No.
And do you think that's a way of him getting it out there a little bit, like, hey, I ain't getting paid, so like, because here's the thing: if you're not, if you have a top tier of, well, like the 1%, right? Like in America, everybody said the 1%. There's probably the 3 or 4% in the Heyman world, since he's got 200 fighters. About 8 fighters that are really making out very, very well, and then the rest of the guys, if these are the numbers that are going to start coming out, it's going to be hard for them to keep fighters when you're getting paid like that. I'm just saying, like, do you think that was his first way of saying, hey, show me some, not in the way of like, I need $1 million, but I need something that kind of equates to where I'm at in the game?
I wouldn't put words in his mouth, but I would say all the way across the board, he would probably feel like this is not the way I expected a champion to be treated. Because I don't know what his paydays were before that, so.
They were better, and they've gone way down because, if I'm not mistaken, there was a fight that he was supposed to fight against. Remember when they were talking about him and Andre?
Okay.
And they offered Andre like $500,000 for the fight, and he turned it down. So he was probably getting in the range of there. So like after winning the belt, you would think, man, why after winning the belt am I getting paid? Why is my pay getting dropped like almost 80%? Unless there's some backdoor money that we're not seeing, which is probably the case.
You know what? And hopefully that's the case. But even if that's the case, it's still messed up because he's still not necessarily getting his respect.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. Even when it was him, his brother, and Lara, he was looked at the weaker of the bunch. Now. When people think about 154, even though Lara's inactive as hell, Charlo really doesn't come up like that. So just in the way some fighters like bring him up is like, in a sense, he ain't got no punching power like his brother, so I could walk right through him. And it's like, well, if you look at his history, you're not gonna walk right through him. I don't know what makes you think you're gonna walk right through him. So I think, on one end, you got that, and on the other end, he's probably not getting the coins that he probably deserves. And I think one leads to the other, because if you want to just put it in a blunt way, people probably will pay to see his brother first, Lara second, and him third. Now, who would probably be most exciting is his brother would be the most exciting. And he would be the second most exciting. Then Laura would probably be the least exciting. So, and that's the conundrum. It's like, he's getting no respect either way. Except when he put this motherfucker to sleep.
I'll go on to these kind of quick, because there's not much to say with this. Jesse Magdaleno, KO2, and Addison Dos Santos. We knew that was going to happen. Gilberto Ramirez, unanimous decision over Max Bursak. Here's the thing about Gilberto Ramirez. We'll hit that real quick. Boring as shit. He's one of those fighters, and it's kind of like my least favorite fighter. Like, rise to the occasion, playing to the level of his competition. And to me, that's the worst kind of fighter. Because you have to match him good if you're going to get a good performance out of him. You match him soft, you're going to get this kind of boring, repetitive performance. Basically, if you haven't watched this fight, watch the first round, skip all the way to the 12th, watch the 12th, you've missed nothing. And that's Gilberto Ramirez. Super talented, but he ain't living up to the hype.
You want a fighter. It's just in life. You want a person who has the ability to not get comfortable, complacent, and who will just dominate each opportunity, whether it's a big opportunity or a small opportunity. Give him that killer instinct every time, and sometimes he just don't do it, But what are you gonna say now? It's over now. Shit.
Yeah. What am I gonna say? The next fight, if he ain't in there tough, then I ain't watching it. That's pretty much what you're saying. Here's the fight that I was way off on. Oscar Valdez actually did have a struggle against Miguel Mariaga. A close fight, probably a 2-3 point victory. He did get knocked down in the 10th. I think he won the fight. I didn't see anybody say that they thought Mariaga won, but it was definitely a competitive fight. So when you see a card come in, was it 119? One couple. It was like he won by like 10, 11 points, and it's just like
no.
It's like no. Basically, what happened was it kind of was the same thing that happened in the Gabe Rosado Martin Murray fight. Like the cards were turned in beforehand, and they just kind of sit back and no, I already filled out my card. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's really fucked up. Like, look, if somebody loses, they lose. Okay, if you got it by a point, maybe 2 points for a person, whether you feel like you got it's the right person or you're in the wrong people in public opinions, that's one thing. That's actually acceptable. It's like maybe you looking at other things that other people don't. Cool, whatever. But these blowouts that come out of nowhere, go fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself, because everybody knows, Okay, so what exactly did you see in this fight? Oh, I saw everything. What's everything? Like, were you looking at your phone? Just let me know that you was like on Pornhub or something. Just let me know, because it don't look like you was paying attention. Same thing with like the gay fight in the UK. You didn't. I understand you didn't like the trunks. I get it, but is that really a good reason to just say, oh yeah. Here's my scorecard. I turned it in with a Scantron sheet last night. You're like, God damn. They just paid you to watch the fight while you at the fight, front fucking row, and you still can't see the fight. Next time, I want the next motherfucker that need to judge is Stevie Wonder, because he could see the fight better than some of these people.
That's a meme that always goes around on on Twitter. The one thing that I'll say for Valdez, he showed a lot of heart. He was tested. He was pushed. This actually is exactly what a young fighter needs. And yes, he's a champion, but yes, he's still learning. Yes, he's still early on in the process. And you're either going to see great growth or you're going to see a guy go backwards. I expect a guy like Valdez, as hard as he works, you're going to see growth. Good fighters grow from adversity. And this was, he had to dig deep. He had to do more than he's ever had to do as a pro. And I think he will learn from it and build from it. He's not a fighter who's going to go undefeated throughout his career. He's going to have a few losses. But this is a great learning step for him. This is one I didn't think he was going to get, but I'm glad I was wrong and he did get it, because all this does is make him a better fighter in the long run.
So you think if they can't make a fight with anybody else in the near future, they should run it back?
I don't think that they'll risk it. Not that they think he'd lose, but it's like
it'll be closer.
But it's like I don't need those kind of problems.
Yeah.
I forget what we were talking about. We were saying that before. Like I don't need those kind of problems. I think that was when I was talking about Gavajdik against Ward or Kovalev. Like I don't need those kind of problems. Real quick, Kurtzide. I don't like pronouncing his first name. I'm terrible with that. Against Tommy Langford, gets a TKO on 5. Let's be honest. Langford controlled the fight early on, and then got clipped. People call Kurtzide mini Tyson. I look at him as giant Darchinian, because he kind of comes off as giant Darchinian. Short, powerful, awkward. Just looking for
that one shot.
We're looking for the one shot, and if he gets it, it's over. Kind of a Darchinian Randall Bailey mix. You know what I mean? Only need the one shot, coach. That's all I need. And then we know Billy Joe Saunders. He's already got a fight in July against Billy Joe. And then we saw Billy Joe acting all tough with his bullshit tactics. What do you think of Kurtzide, man?
Here's the thing. Like you said, Langford controlled the fight, but he got clipped. You know, if I'm him, I'm saying, no, I was just looking for my opening for a few rounds, and then I found it. I knocked his ass out.
And you know what's weird about that? Yes, he did control it, but it was like you could see that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just, he's going to catch him eventually. And he caught him. I guess the thing was, if he never did catch him,
It'd have been different.
it would have been, yeah, you know.
But you know what he's like when he reminds me of when Canelo fought Khan. You missing early, like, now, okay, goddammit, that was 6 inches. And a little later, that was 3. That was 1. I'm gonna tell you right now, the bell is about to get rang, damn it. So I mean, he's just he's a knockout sometimes waiting to happen. But I will say, yeah, that can go both ways. That can go both ways, because you might have a one-time moment when you get rocked trying to one-time somebody and be like, God damn it, I'm not getting hit like that again.
Yeah, then you have nothing left. I hope he just gets to Billy Joe and knocks Billy Joe the fuck out. I couldn't see him giving Triple G any kind of issues. Triple G would pick him apart as long as it's like, because I just haven't seen Triple G hurt, so it's like, how can I say that Kurtzitze is going to fucking hurt him, you know what I mean?
See, here's the thing. If you were to fight Triple G, I would say the only way to hurt him and knock him down and knock him out is to take the old Buster Douglas approach. I'm going to hit this motherfucker all the way down until he's falling. Like, I'm not finna, I'm going to rock him, hit him again. You're going to need like 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5 combination knockout punch. You know, you got to get him, wobble him with one, lean him with another, tip him over with another. As he's going down, give him a quick 2-piece to make sure he got time to get up. But that's because Triple G don't look like he gets hurt. I think he gets rocked. I think he got one of the best poker faces in fighting. Same as Canelo. Canelo gets rocked. He got one of the best poker faces in boxing.
That's what you got to have. One fight this weekend. Really, that's all it's about. It's all it's about for me. One fight. There's some fight in England. Like 90,000 people are going to be there. Anthony Joshua versus Wladimir Klitschko for the WBA and IBF heavyweight titles. JP, who you got and how? Because you know what, I got to be honest. I listen to people, different shows, reading on Twitter, and it's more in the middle than what I thought it would be as far as the picks go.
It's understandable because let's be honest, experience can win a title and can regain a title. Klitschko has a hell of a lot of experience. He's always in great shape, but here's the problem. He's getting older, he is older, and he's inactive. That's usually not a good recipe. And the last time we seen him fight, you know, let's be real, it wasn't too impressive, low punch output. I'm taking Joshua by knockout, but I'm going to tell you, both of them probably ain't got good chins, so either one of them could get knocked out in this fight, to be perfectly honest. But the reason why I'm saying I'm taking Joshua is because he's closer in activity. Confidence, I would say Klitschko has the highest confidence because shit, he's like, you know how many times I've been in these damn fights? This is just another fight for me. But this is something that can, if Joshua has the right mentality, I could retire Klitschko and then go into superstardom. Who could say that? Tyson beat him. He barely beat him in a bullshit fight. 3 punches landed against 1 punch landed, you know. But I could knock this dude out.
I had him win the 9 rounds. I didn't have him win the 9 rounds, to be honest.
I'm just saying. It was a horrible fight.
It was horrible.
You know. I get it. I'm exaggerating.
I know what you're saying, though. Like, it wasn't like it was so wide that, like, he dominated him, yet without dominating him.
Yeah, it's just like,
He didn't punish him as he dominated him, let's put it like that.
He punished him in the presser, but not in the ring.
He punished me with that damn song at the end.
But I think Joshua wins. I just, you know. But here's the thing. Spoiler alert. Klitschko has gotten off the mat before and knocked the motherfucker out. So let's be real. Sometimes you knock him down, he will get up pissed and actually fight. But it's the point of, it takes a lot to make him active enough to fight. So, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but you're getting your ass knocked out.
I think I got Anthony Joshua with the 5th round knockout. Now that may be wishful thinking, Klitschko definitely has the experience. He actually has the bigger punching power. But I think one-shot power, like it's weird because his knockout percentage is so high over like almost 70 fights. It's so, Joshua was 100%, okay? Mm-hmm. That's great. But he ain't fought nobody. So, that is what it is.
Charles Martin is a great...
Exactly.
No, okay.
But, let's put it like this. It's really fucking close. If nothing else, it's really close. But Klitschko has so many things working against him. 1, age. 2, 18-month layoff since the last fight. 3, just... He hasn't been in this position in 12 years. He has not come in as the challenger in 12 years. He's also been in control of everything. He's been at home. He's been fighting in home for him is Germany when he fights. He's been fighting in front of his crowd. He's been in charge of I'm going to get any benefit out if it's close, anything like that. And all those things are gone. He's in a position that, he's been in before, but I think is not as familiar. It's not really familiar to him because it's been so long. Some people say that this kind of reeks a little bit of Ollie and Holmes. Could be Ollie Holmes, the passing of the torch. I say Ollie Holmes happened already. I say that was that was Fury. He could be the Trevor Berbick, though, to the Muhammad Ali. He's gotten so much older because I think Holmes definitely greater than Berbick, right?
Yes.
But equal outcome. And I think Fury is better than Joshua. But I think Joshua could actually beat him even worse because he's only gotten older. You're going to find out early. First 30 seconds, you're going to find out which way this fight's going. If Joshua faints and Klitschko kind of looks gunshot, I don't want to get hit, he's in trouble. He's done. He's got to have more of the young... He's got to be more young Klitschko than older Klitschko. Because older Klitschko, he waits, he just paused the jab a little bit. He's not very active as far as how many punches he throws. So he's not going to... I don't think he's going to make Joshua work as much to get him tired if they goes late rounds. I don't think he's going to have the work rate to tire out. And most of what Klitschko did was based on size advantage. Again, he doesn't have the size advantage again. They're very similar in size. So all the things that he was so great at for 11 years, all that's been gone in these last few fights, and we've seen how it's gone. Starting with Brian Jennings.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the chin to pull off the George Foreman. That's... And plus, but I got to give him credit for one thing, though. Didn't tear his calf. Didn't pull a hamstring on the plane. Didn't cut his toe. He actually had no complaints. Didn't pull a bicep eating a Snicker bar at the airport. He's actually showing up.
It's funny how that doesn't happen because it didn't happen in the lead up to Fury 2. Either Fury is the one pulling out, right? It's funny how that attitude and then how you approach things changes when you're the challenger. So I'm saying it's not he was one of those fighters that liked to be in control of a lot of things. He'd like to make sure that he was controlling those things, and that's gone from him now. How does he respond? I mean, he's been there before. Could he do it again? He absolutely could do it again because Joshua could be 75% height and 25% talent. I think it's the other way around. I think he's 75% talent, about 25% height. Because honestly, only Tyson Fury right now I would favor over Anthony Joshua.
I'll say this in a boxing sense. The one advantage that Klitschko does have, it's not necessarily his size, but it's not. He's a straight puncher. Joshua is more of a hooker. So if he can actually put his power in those, be able to put the power behind those two straight shots, he has a better shot at knocking Joshua down like that than Joshua does hooking just on a distance alone. But like I said, he don't necessarily he ain't got the George Foreman chin to be able to, you know.
See, and I was kind of in that line of thinking too, until I kind of went back and watched a little bit of Joshua and Dillian White.
Right.
And there was a lot of really short, straight right hands that he hit Dillian White with. Similar in the technique-wise of what Charlo did with Hatley, where it was literally just from the ear, not pulling back, and just a quick, short, where he was hurting them. It's like, I don't think, because you see the big power with the uppercuts and the hooks, which is what he got White out with, you know, that gigantic uppercut at the end. But, like, there was a lot of short rights that he hit White with, that I don't think he doesn't get credit for the short shots that he does throw. Even by going into it, I didn't think so. And I'll tell you where both of them have disadvantages. They both don't know how to tuck a chin yet. I don't know how you're 70 fights in, you don't know how to tuck your chin, because they both have their chins way out in the air. Like,
come
here it is. Here it is.
Come hither. Fists come hither.
A guy like George Foreman should have his chin sticking out like that. Like, come hit it, because I got the chin to back it up. But I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go out. I think it's going to be Joshua in 5. I think we're going to find out early that Klitschko has already past the point of no return with in that Fury fight. And 18 months isn't going to help. I hope it's going to be an exciting fight. I hope that he hurts Klitschko early, and Klitschko has no choice but to fight. But I'm afraid he's going to try to go into survival mode. If he goes into survival mode, then Joshua can't pick him apart. Because even though Klitschko can get on his toes, he doesn't throw punches until he's flat-footed. So
and he's been flat-footed for years now.
Yeah, but but you'll see him get on the balls of his feet, but never to punch.
Yeah, to slowly move.
Yeah, to slowly move, exactly.
Unfortunately, if I was them, here's the game plan. Make Vlad fight like Vitaly. That's the one thing he can never really do. Mm-hmm. Put Vlad in a position where he got to fight like Vitaly.
Yeah, don't give him a choice.
Yeah,
And cutting off the ring is going to be, if Vlad tries to move out of the way and Joshua cuts him off right away, he could get into not survival mode, but the fight or flight mode. You know what I mean?
Interesting thought. The fighter who goes to the body first is the one who knows they're going to have to do extra to win. Because I don't look at neither one of those guys. They basically too tall to be body punches anyways, but now they're about around each other's wheelhouse in size, so who's going to go to the body? Mm-hmm. That's
the jab to the body could be a big punch.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. And if you notice, there will be no Broner talk. I don't give a fuck what he said. We don't take him serious.
That's reading between all those huns. I'm gonna get at his ass about some things.
Okay, so next week you're gonna get on him?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I think I'll let him slide. I have a whole rant for him, but I'm like, why?
It's not. He said some good things. He said some bad things.
He said some real bad things.
Yeah.
We're gonna close it out a little early. Like I said, we're going to have some shows coming up. Hopefully, we're going to get you about 3 or 4 shows next week. We will find out. I have not had confirmation on Sunday. I will try to get that show out on Saturday, right after the Fury Joshua fight. JP will give you his opinion on that, plus a little Broner talk.
A little.
And since JP is going to be running that one solo, we will have the preview together for Canelo Chavez. But then there's also a card that has Gamboa on it the day before. If you want to talk Gamboa, feel free to hit all those other fights because there are quite a few fights. But the Canelo Chavez we will take together. So we're hoping to get you quite a few shows in the next week because I'm on vacation. The week after that, I will probably not do a show. Well, maybe. It's possible. I'm not going to say that it's likely.
Look, we're going to figure this out either way.
There ain't shit happening.
I feel you.
Anything else, JP?
This is where the fighters fight and the fans commentate.
And we do it just like you for the cheap seats. Because we ain't buy no tickets, goddammit. Peace.
Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fake me.